Hello there. I wanted to do a video of how you can connect an RB constraint to a moving object and actually like you can have your well, it has to be a pawn that's in rigid body physics, or it has to be ow it has to be a K-actor or some other rigid body, because when you're using the RB constraint you need rigid body physics running. But anyway, that was a cloaked unit. So notice how uh, there's this button that appears when I shoot these enemies. This is just showing some of my 3D scripting elements in my game. This is a cloaked unit who's very good at evading me. Where is it? There it is. So notice that button just appeared, right? I'll show you how that works afterward. But anyway, I'll just show you now, because I'm going to be moving on to other things. See how there's this check mark, and the button's listed as being inactive, and there's this counter here that says when the four enemies that are connected to this thing have been destroyed, then it will activate this check mark, which is an enabler, which then turns on this button. So this is my in-game 3D scripting system at work. It's very easy to set up, doesn't take long at all. In fact, I can show you how easy it is to create a new one. Let's see here. So I'm gonna copy the statistics. Well, let's copy this one. This one's harder. So I'm copying that enemy critter, and this guy we're gonna stick over here, right? And notice how he got automatically added because I copied the statistics of one of the existing critters. He got automatically added. Now let's see how it says 4 out of 5, and then change it to 5 out of 5. So now I have to destroy all 5 enemies before this button will appear. So that's how easy it is to add elements to my 3D scripting system. It's really not hard. But anyway, on to the main event. I want to show how. So this is a moving platform that I've coded how the moving platforms work from scratch as well. And let's suppose that I didn't actually make it up so easily. I had to find an alternative way up. See, this platform over here kind of circles through the sky, and I have this tethering system, right? And this tether has a retractable and expandable tether, and does all the things you'd expect a tether to do. But the point of this tutorial is to show you that. So I've now created the RB constraint, so my ball is wanting to stay connected to this platform. But what if the platform moves? Notice how the tether stays with it. And actually the angular momentum of because see how the platform rotates? The angular momentum is actually transferred to the ball as that platform is rotating. The ball is picking up the angular momentum. So and I'm going to show you the code for how to do this in your game very shortly. So I need to see better. Can't actually see very. Okay, there it is. So I'm obviously trying to position so I can get over to that thing. So I'm gonna reconnect my tether and sally on over here. Okay, now I'm gonna save in case things don't go as planned. Instant saving and loading system. See how fast that is? Loading. It doesn't take long at all. I have a tutorial on save systems as well. So see how there's this rotating platform thing, right? It's clearly having a party with itself, but maybe we can join in. So notice how it's rotating, and the tether is attached to the moving object, and it's not really moving, it's just rotating, but the rotation velocity is being picked up by the RB constraint. This is extremely useful. You know, I didn't have to do any extra coding for this. The Unreal Script engine's just that awesome. The angular velocity of that, or the rotational velocity of that object, is just automatically transferred because of the RB constraint. It's so good, and I'm providing you the simple code to do this. Now, why do we need this? Well, look at the level. In this level, we need to get over to that platform. There's no way to get there from the ground. There's no way to get there except with this rotary velocity we have here on this thing. Watch this. Whee! See that? Isn't that amazing? Want to see that again? I do. Gotta zoom in first. Let's load. Alright, so let's get over there. So it's just spinning away, doing its own thing. Then we create our RB constraint, we attach to the object, and we pick up its velocity, its rotational velocity. Then we hurl along. So those were two different kinds of RB constraints attached to moving objects. One moving in place, and the other actually moving over distance. Right? This fellow was actually moving. That one started very low to whoa. That one started very low to the ground. That was actually perfect for what I wanted it to do, even though it wasn't quite intentional. Notice how the the tether is not long enough to actually cover this height, but because of the RB constraint, because of the hard attach and the set base I'm going to show you in the code, this ball is getting very high off the ground, right? Start over from scratch again. Oh, and those destructible pieces that you can shoot around, those are Apex, NVIDIA Apex destructible things. But check this out again. So it starts really low to the ground, and the tether has a maximum length that is not really incredibly long, but and you can shorten the tether, but notice how at the current length of the tether, it's just staying attached. It's very, very useful. So this is a completely actually functional tether system, including attaching to moving objects. Like you could connect two cars this way, especially UT vehicles. You could connect pollens together or K-actors together. It's like this is completely functional tether, and I'm going to show you the code for how to make this system work. And notice how that beam thing is drawing itself properly, staying connected to the object, even though it's moving. So I'm going to show you the code for this. I'm giving you the code for this. So, let's go into happy mode for a second. So, enjoy.